I use these two natural ingredients to fight pests in my garden? No. Very important. For it to be effective in your garden, you must use it consistently. I did a video the other day. I got some questions, and so I am doing a follow-up video on that. Alright, this right here is garlic, and this right here is marigold. Also today I'm going to share with you at the end of this video, this package was shipped to me by a content creator. I will show you exactly what is inside at the end of the video.
My Jamaican Backyard Garden, Portmore edition. This is Gardening with Stacey. Come garden with me now, man.
And what a nice place to live. Sweet jam.
Welcome and welcome back to another Gardening with Stacey. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I appreciate you all and God bless you all. Alright, so just to get straight into it, let me go right to the questions. So the first question I got was, can the garlic blend? I've never done that. You can do a little research on that and to see if it works or not. I generally don't shoot down things because once there's a will, there's a way. So possibility lies, it can be blended. Okay, so what type of marigolds are they? These are the Mexican type ones. And no, these were not store-bought. These are from seeds. Does it help you with whiteflies, aphids, and leaf miners? Well, the main pests I have in my garden is whiteflies, aphids, leaf miners, and worms. Well, based on my observation, I don't see where it cures leaf miners. It is working on deterring the moths that mines under the leaves. So for the whiteflies, the aphids, and the worms, yes, it helps me a lot. How often do you have to spray the plants? And for leafy greens, does the taste lingers after washing? Alright, so how often I use it? No, this depends on the type of pest pressure I am having. No, very important. For it to be effective in your garden, you must use it consistently. Say for example, this right here was a cucumber plant, and I realized that I have worms on my cucumber plant. No, when I spray the first day, doesn't necessarily mean that they are going to disappear altogether, because sometimes we miss a few leaves or somewhere along the line we miss one or two. They still breed up and it seems like an ongoing thing. What I usually do, if I spray today, I spray the next day and the next day. And based on how I see things, I spray another day again, just to make sure I take care of those buggers. So that's another thing. You see, getting it under control before it gets out of control is what I strongly recommend, because most of the times when we get busy and things get out of control, it is very difficult to deal with at that time, and it will get us frustrated because we keep doing it, and then we are not consistent, because sometimes we want to change from this, change from that, we are not consistent, and so it seems as though something is not working for us because we keep switching, so we don't give it enough time to take full effect. Alright, so a one-off, just like you get medication at the doctor, you don't just take the first dosage and say, alright, I'm going to get better. No. A lot of the times when we get prescriptions, they will tell us use until finish. Even when you get better, whatever dosage you got, they expect you to complete it, to finish it, to fill it in totality. So what I recommend, once you are warding off pests, like for example, if this was a cucumber like I mentioned and you realize it has a lot of worms, don't just spray one day and say, oh, I use the solution, and the next day you see the same thing or a little less, and you just leave it. You spray again and you spray again. I try to have a day when I decide I'm going to just spray my plants, because the ones that are usually prone to pests, like the cucumbers, the cantaloupe, and some other things, you know what is in your garden that is usually prone to pests, right? So I tend to spray those whether or not I see anything, because prevention is better than cure. Alright, so if you can come up with a routine as to how you're going to take care of pests or try to deter or prevent pests in your garden, yes, that's the way to go. All right, so don't expect that something is just going to work out right away. Don't expect whatever you used to be just a miracle. Consistency is key. All right, so the part about the scent lingering after washing, no, once it is washed properly, that's it, it is gone completely. So will it work on aphid pests, on roses? Definitely just try it, see how it works for you. Don't just use it as a one-off thing. Again, use it for a few days and see what happens. That's the only way you know how it works. So do I always boil it? No, I don't always boil it. I boil it when I need it, like right away, because that's the fastest way for the breakdown process to take place. For example, if I boil them overnight, I'll be able to use it in the morning. Alright, so it's really up to you. Right here I have some that I started to ferment already. You can see right here. Ugh, the bucket is heavy. I will give you a close-up. Alright, so this is what it looks like inside. Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you have not yet done so. This will allow the algorithm to push my videos further and allow others to come on board and get some inspiration as well. Thank you so much in advance, and God bless you all. So I have this bucket fermenting for about 3 days now, or 4 days thereabouts. Alright, so when I ferment it, I love to leave it for at least a week, 1 full week, so it's more potent to me at that time, so everything gets to break down properly in the water. I simply just add the crushed garlic, add the marigolds, flowers, leaves, branch, and pour water on it and cover and let it sit there for at least, I love to use it for 7 days, but it can be fermented for at least 24 hours. But as I said, it is more potent the longer you leave it, which would actually be better in my opinion. Alright, so for those who have not seen that video that I did already, that I am following up on this video with, I will link it in the description. You can definitely go ahead and watch it and see exactly what I did when I boiled it and the information that I passed on in that video. Alright, so let me see if I have any more questions. I want to make sure that I answer all of them. So I was asked how much water I boiled to the garlic and the marigolds that I did in the last video. It was a 3-quart pot, so I actually fill it, so you can say 3 quarts of water. I used two large heads of garlics. They were actually bigger than these, way bigger, and I used some marigold, as you saw. Alright, so where do I get the marigolds? So some garden stores, they will sell you the dwarf ones, but if you go on Amazon, you can pick, choose and refuse the ones you want to buy. I can tell you that my pest control routine it is not A1 at all. The routine that I planned for myself was on a weekly, one specific day. It is hard and challenging when you have a lot to do, but it is doable. So that is one thing I personally need to work on. So again, my fellow gardeners, be consistent, test and see what works for you. Alright, so whatever I share with you, you can tweak it based on your demands in your garden. You understand? So if you need to know if it works with some pests or not, just try it. Alright, not one day, guys, not one day. Use it a second day and a third day. And what you can do, some of the times you can use your hose at high pressure and spray off those pestilence. Yes, those pests, spray them off, wash them off, get some water. What I do sometimes, like I have the hose with water, I have the plants and I'm rubbing them out while washing them off at the same time, and then I spray after. Alright, so I hope this video was useful to you. I appreciate your questions, I appreciate your comments, because what it does is I'm able now to share more or to touch on things that were not coming to mind at the time of doing a particular video. So thank you so much, I appreciate that. Alright, so in my box, alright, so this package I got from Marie's Flowers and Gardening. She's down there in Manchester. She sent me this lovely package of goodies. Now, what I knew about and what I was expecting was this thyme right here, right? So she catch this thyme herself. It was not store-bought. All right, so look at it. Awesome, isn't it? All right, so yes, she sent me that. And before I even go any further, guys, her name on YouTube is Marie Flowers and Gardening. You need to check her out. Most of what she sends me is from her garden. She's doing a fabulous job down there, and I'm telling you, that woman grows potatoes without Irish potatoes, that is without even trying. Her link will be in my description. Yes, so she's doing a fabulous job down there. Anyways, let's get to it. I know you want to. All right, so this is some cerasee that she sent me, and she sent me some seeds as well. So bitters for us. She also sent me some peppermints. Now these peppermints are the real deal. I wish mine were looking like that. Mine look like they're going to die. I should try to catch some of these. Man, it smells so good. I wonder if I can catch some of these. You know, I'm going to try. Nothing beats a trial but a failure. So not just for tea. And Marie, can I tell her that this is my favorite tea? Bush tea, that is. Yeah. Alright, so these babies, these are some tomatoes. These are also from her garden. Yes. When you go over to her, you will see her harvesting these. Look at these beauties. Alright, so I'm coming down. Just when I thought she said enough, she said more than enough. The potatoes that I'm telling you about, she sent me some. So you know, I am going to plant. I'm going to plant from this, because this would be the real deal from what she harvested from that grew here. Even though Manchester is a little cooler, but again, nothing beats a trial but a failure, right? Yeah. She sent me some dried cerasee seeds inside here as well. Thank you so much, Marie. Oh, she sent me some other seeds, man. Yep, she did. She sent me some Japanese tomatoes seeds. Oh yes, I remember she making mention of that. So this is Japanese tomatoes. So yeah, I'm going to plant these babies. Thank you so much, Marie. Alright, so she sent me some breeder yam there. She sent me a lot of yams. Alright, so yam is inside here. Yam here. Yam again inside here. She makes sure to separate them so I know the different ones. I can't tell you right now because I don't know till I cut them, or Marie will tell me. So this is one. This is another set. And I'm not done. She sent me these as well. So I said to her, Marie, I not expect so much things. She was like, Stacey, I could have just said one time for you from country. I have to send her some country stuff too. So she's such a beautiful soul. Such a beautiful soul. So again guys, run on over please, let her know that you're coming from me, show her some support to help us get her to 1,000 subscribers, and thank you so much in advance. All right, bless you. I hope this video was useful. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, walk good.